Hello, welcome to the Variability Toolbox for SPM screencast. My name is Stefan and I will now demonstrate you the basic usage. I assume that you have a recent version of MATLAB installed on your machine. To the right you can see 4 folders. The uppermost is subject, which contains the data files that we will be using for this demonstration. There's a binary mask, a first level model file, and 3 runs of a subject. There is an empty result directory, there is an SPM directory, and there's the toolbox. So to use this toolbox now, you would need to open up the SPM directory and go to Toolbox and just drag it in there. So now we fire up SPM. So this just went directly to the fMRI modality. I will now open up in the lower left the drop-down menu for the toolboxes, which as we can see now contains the variability toolbox as an option, which I will click on. So I will now quickly explain the options that you see here. The first one is a model type boxcar. This means that a boxcar modeling will be used for the computations. Then we have a model file. This is where you would supply the model in terms of defining the onsets, durations, regressors, etc. You would be creating this model in the first level part of SPM. I will show you that just in a second. Next you have the variability function, which is by default SD, standing for standard deviation, which is detrended in that case blockwise. Same for variability. Same for variance. Sorry. Which is var. And then we also have MSSD, which is mean square successive difference, and the square root of MSSD. So then you can choose a prefix for the file name. By default this is SD, and you can need to choose a result directory for where the results of the computations will be saved to. So I will just close this down for a second to show you how to set the model. We'll open first level, and instead of just setting this all up manually, I'll load in the model I have already prepared. From the subject folder is a model mat. Just open that up. So we can now see here is there's several things defined. Important here is that the boxcar modeling approach only uses a subset of the parameters that you can specify in this view, which is the unit for design, the interscan interval, the scans, so meaning the references to the scan files, the onset name, the onsets, the durations, the regressors in terms of their values, and also an explicit mask that is specified is also respected. So in this case I have my 3 runs entered here, meaning I have 3 sessions set up, and each has 3 conditions and 6 regressors. So this is in the subject folder. If I would have set this up manually and I wanted to get that into the toolbox, what I would do is go File, Save Batch, and then just name this whatever you want. Subject, could I name it subject? So just close this down. So now we have this new file here, subject.mat, which contains the first level model. So let's go back to Toolbox. So I now choose this subject I created, and I choose a result directory. It's the empty one on the desktop that I have prepared. And then to get this going, just press the play button. So this will now read in the data run by run. And just please bear with me for a second while this computes. So now it is finished computing and saving out the files. That's finished, and now look at the result folder. You can see here there's 3 files and containing the results of the computation, meaning we have the condition-wise variability for the one back. We have the variability, we have the standard deviation of the one back condition here. And that's it for now. Thank you for your attention.